And we are live.
Alright. Well, we just got done with Halo, and we figured it's kind of funny. We were playing the game that Bungie first made for Halo, the first Halo, and now we're playing Bungie's last Halo game. We played Bungie's first Halo game, now we're playing Bungie's last Halo game.
And we can't play any of the ones between yet because they're not available on PC yet. At least not through the Master Chief Collection.
Exactly. Well, yeah, at least not through the Master Chief Collection, yes. That is correct. I've been playing Halo 2 on PC for a while now because of the Project Cartographer, but you can only do like competitive multiplayer. They have not done co-op yet because it's like a project of 2 people making a dedicated server. For as limiting of a team that is pretty damn impressive. But this was way before the Master Chief Collection. So what skulls do we have for Halo Reach?
Grunt Birthday Party and I Would Have Been Your Daddy.
What is I Would Have Been Your Daddy?
That's the one that makes the rare dialogue lines common. So we get to hear the especially funny shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're not going to affect the score at all. They're just going to make it more fun.
Yeah, the Grunt Birthday Party, I think that was a Halo one. Because I don't remember that in Halo 2.
Well, no, it was in Halo 2, but it was weird because you had to, like, maneuver to this weird part of the falling space station as the Arbiter. And then in Halo 3, you just found the skull in the semi-hard-to-reach location. Why did it pause? That was weird. Oh, I guess it's just skipping the cutscene. That's one thing I don't like about Halo is it always makes the first level a cutscene.
Nope. Apparently I lost connection.
Oh, did you get disconnected from the game?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, once I load in and the game realizes that we've been disconnected, I'll get... What the fuck? Why am I on a checkpoint? That is not what I was trying to do. What the shit? Whatever. Okay, we'll set it to Winter Contingency, Alpha. Let's see, we'll set it to just the score. We don't need to compete with everyone else. We don't need the world to be reminded of how inadequate we are. Heroic, that's the theme. Grunt Birthday Party, and I Would Have Been Your Daddy. And let me invite you.
Some of the things you just the most useless shit, like someone playing Michael Jackson's Thriller with nothing but door springs.
What the fuck?
That's a video.
How many views does that video have?
3.4 million.
We are clearly doing something wrong.
If you play Halo Reach with nothing but a door spring controller. Oh no, have you seen that video of a guy that converted a bunch of toasters to behave like a controller? Like a guy basically playing Doom. Yeah, there's a video of a guy playing Doom.
We're looking at a down relay outpost 50 clicks from Visegrad.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's funny because apparently one toaster, he's got 2 toasters to move left and right.
Stay focused.
So, no, not left and right. It was like forward and back. One set of toasters makes him move forward and back. The other set straight. And then the other toasters, one switches weapons, and then one fires. But the funny thing is he's just like he's got his hands
Could be the
balled up
missing
into a
trooper.
fist, and he's
Let's
just
check it out.
smacking the toaster and the toaster handles, just blah, 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 trying to play Doom, and he's doing it. There's like a bunch of videos where people just convert their control, like convert a bunch of random shit to play Doom, and it is the most ridiculous thing. But I think the most dangerous one was a guy took one of the newer cars that had one of those smart screens.
Watch the approach.
And made the whole car wired to that TV screen, and he played Doom, but the car was the controller.
Oh god.
And he's just basically doing like donuts and going around his neighborhood playing Doom. So he's like, I'm just gonna go through E1 from this angle.
Distress beacons coming
He
from
explained
just
how
south
the
of your
controls
commander.
work, but I'm
We're
looking at it
close.
going, okay, how the hell did anybody not
Eyes peeled.
freak out on this?
Where does that guy live? Is he from Florida too?
No, he had to have been like in California or something. That shit.
Okay.
Everyone in Florida would have been like, what the hell's going on?
What the hell? You have
Make out any ID?
your little 3-digit code is 117.
So where are all the troopers?
Yeah, you do too.
Weird. I could have sworn I set mine to 320. Also, I was certain that you couldn't actually pick 117 in this game.
Why are we not seeing
I think
explosives
that's like a
residue?
default.
Noble 3, can you confirm
Weird.
the EX residue in the area?
Did you already get the achievement for killing all the birds?
Circle west and check it out.
I
Noble
don't
3,
think
you
I
have
did.
permission
Not
to
on this one.
engage, but be selective.
I did on the
Need to
original.
telegraph a presence.
Well, let's make sure that happens for you, because I got that achievement last month.
Noble 6, move into the house.
Going quiet. I'm right behind you.
Noble leader, I'm seeing heat sinks in the structure ahead.
On your knees.
Truly,
They're not rebels, they're
you'll be
farmers.
missed.
Look at them.
Ask them what they're doing here.
Mitkrest git. Hiding, sir.
You know, I kind of like how
Neighbors were attacked last
all
night.
of the future isn't just the same culture.
Gunfire.
Like, those people are speaking
Around sunrise.
Hungarian.
Commander, be advised, I'm reading heat signatures in that structure directly east of your position. Over.
Noble team, double time it.
You know, it's funny, it's only because in the MCC version that I actually know that. Because if you turn on the subtitles in the original version of Halo Reach, it just puts the words up there, which doesn't actually tell you what language they're from. But in the MCC version, it'll actually say, in parentheses, in Hungarian, and then
Hell's that?
the English translation of what they're saying.
Negative. Thermal's clean.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn the,
Why the hell is sprinting with X? I thought
Careful.
it was left bumper. I need to check my settings.
yeah, that's like the standard for, what the fuck? The audio just got loud. That's weird. I didn't even go into the audio settings.
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking, I was like, what the hell? Did you use X for everything? And I was looking at that. Apparently you did.
Boss, I see movement outside your
I
structure.
don't remember
Noble
using
2,
X for
move
my
up to the
special
west. We're
ability.
about to be flanked.
Damn it! Covenant!
Contact! Contact! Spartans, assist!
Here we go.
Move down to the lower level.
Banshees, heads up, Charlie 1.
Ah,
That's a hit! We are not alone. It's time to play, boys!
Ah, dead.
I'm dead. Yay!
That's fucked up.
It was like it was timed that way. Oh, the children right here.
Noble leader, enemy dropships inbound.
One thing I don't understand is in Halo 4, how come Master Chief can't do wheels?
Falcon, moving to
Is that
assist.
a lost ability? That's what pisses me off. Did he just forget to hold 2 guns?
Put him down.
Maybe he just decided it wasn't difficult enough to slaughter aliens if you dual wield. It's not an honest challenge, so he didn't like it.
Sure, we'll go with that.
There are hostiles here.
Well, it sucks a lot less than the idea that it's simply because 343 Studios didn't want to do that.
I mean, to me, I felt like that was the most defining feature of Halo. That's what really made it good at. Especially the fact like all the possible combinations. I think that's why people still play the original Halo trilogy, because of that unique mechanic. Otherwise, it's just another shooter.
Eyes up!
Stand down,
That's
Noble.
one thing
Stand
that
down.
made shooters, good back in the day, that they try to find
It's the damn
one
Covenant.
unique mechanic
Cat,
that
we gotta
revolved
warn
the
Holland.
gameplay
I
around.
need you at that relay outpost now. Boss, I'm showing more activity to the east.
Copy that, June. We're on it. 6, you got point.
Heavy fire in my position.
Yes, clear.
Shit.
And I'm dead.
I'm dead too. Freaking elite.
Boss, I'm showing more activity to the east.
Copy that, June. We're on it. 6, you got point.
I remember having the collector strategy guide for this,
Nice.
and it actually had collectible cover because you could. It was basically random because you could either get George. Is it Sniper? George, Cat. This is the one where I remember I played it before it came out because my old roommate had a modded Xbox and he would pirate games. I forget what the website was. It definitely does not exist. I think it was Demonoid. Demonoid at the time was a very secure website where it would only give out to members
I'm dead.
like 1 or 2 invite codes out of like every 2 years. So you would have to know somebody that knows somebody that actually gets that can get that website. So I was just using Pirate Bay. Actually, Pirate Bay. I don't know if that's the that was one. She downloaded Halo and actually he actually modded it to the point where he would stealth patch it to where you can actually play it on Xbox Live. So I could play Halo Reach on Xbox Live on a normal account.
Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast.
I got that and Call of Duty Black
Camille, you're with
Ops.
Cat.
I got to play
6
Call of Duty
on
Black
1,
Ops
Parents on the ground.
full
We'll meet you at the
campaign.
outpost.
Like pretty much a
Get to
month
work,
before
Noble.
everybody else.
Shotgun.
That was cool.
I love the design of the trucks in this game, like the civilian pickups.
Hey, could you drive them?
Yeah, that's how you get through. Unfortunately, there's only 3 spots, just like a warthog. Are you gonna make him drive himself?
Yes.
Let's see if he actually does or not. Is he? He's gonna fucking run instead of take the other one. What an idiot. This guy's in charge of our squad.
He's gonna fucking hoof it.
Contacts. Fire! Area secure, sir.
Noble leader, I'm seeing heat sinks in the structure ahead.
Tango. Governor.
Spartans, don't take the time in question.
Taking enemy fire. Get him resituated. Going hot.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was based off of a book.
I don't know.
Well, that's what people were telling me, because when Halo Reach was being made, everyone said, oh yeah, they're basing it off one of the... Because
Looks like we're clear.
when the original Halo came out, there was like 3 novels that gave a lot of backstory. A lot of people were saying, oh yeah, the books describe how Master Chief looks and what he did growing up. And of course, they explained Reach. So a lot of people already spoiled what happened with Reach. That they said, oh yeah, well, if you read the book, you know all about Reach. And if people haven't found out by now, they will with this stream. I don't even know if I should even spoil it. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see if we get all the way to the
Let's
end
get
on this
rolling.
game.
I'm sure we will. I mean, we'll at least get through Reach.
Boss, I'm showing more activity to the east.
If Doom
Advise you
comes
check
out,
it out.
by
Roger,
then, I mean, if
we're en
we
route.
can beat this before Doom,
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
but if we do not finish this by the time Doom comes out, yeah, I'm gonna be gone for a
Enemy
while.
sighted.
Yeah, that's no shit.
Put him down.
Like I said, when Doom Eternal comes out, I'm going to do a 72-hour blackout. I will not be contactable. I will not be. Because all that time will be campaign. I will be dedicated to the until I complete the campaign. Only then will I be ready for battle. Even then, even if I complete the campaign, I think I will go again. Well, I don't think I will go again. I think I know I will go again. Not even in I think I know I will go again. But I'm just excited to know that Doom Eternal is clocked in at over 20 hours. Like, that is just insane to me. I can't think of any first-person shooter that is
Boss, we're picking up a
designed
distress
like that. They usually last
Mayday.
like
3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read?
Usually it's like
Check
4 to
Covenant
6
forces. The
hours
Covenant is on
tops.
reach. I repeat, the Covenant
eight
is on
hours
reach.
mostly.
The troopers.
4 to
Let's
6
move,
if
Six.
you really know
We
what
gotta
you're
find
doing.
the source of that distress call.
No
Doom
disrespect, but don't we have more
2016
important
was
things to do
clocked
than
in at
round
an
up
averaging
strays?
of
We don't
10
leave
to
people
13
behind.
hours.
You see those troopers?
It was a pretty long, beefy campaign.
Noble
but
leader, I'm seeing possible
If you
friendly
know what
forces
you're
under
doing,
attack
you
south
can
of your
blast
position.
through that
Over.
thing
We're under attack.
in
I
less
repeat, Mayday.
than
Mayday. 3 Charlie 6. We are under
blast through
attack
that
by the
thing in less than
Covenant.
5
I got
hours.
wounded. Cannot hold this
But
position.
you really got to know what you're doing.
We need to find those troopers now.
Because I could probably beat them like 5 or 6 hours without any like beam run techniques, other than killing the bosses with the weapon wheel. 'Cause I don't know if you know that if you hold down the weapon wheel and you fire the BFG, the BFG will be slowed down, but the damage
We've located the
will
troopers.
take effect still. So the damage won't get.
Interesting.
Solid copy.
Yeah, the damage won't get negated. So, like, let's say you're fighting the Cyber Demon. You fire your shot, you hold down the weapon wheel, and since it's just an orb that is electrocuting things around it and basically boiling the blood of any life
We
force,
know, Corporal. Let's get you out of
the
here. 6, hold position.
the slowdown of it with its area of damage will start hitting the Cyber Demon,
Oh god.
and you can kill the Cyber Demon in like one really good shot. So Greg will be fucking dead in no time.
Dropship inbound.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's another one, Greg. The Cyber Demon, his name is Greg.
For anybody who's just tuning into this stream and did not watch the last one, Sarge here, because he is the way that he is, he nicknamed every demon from the Doom series. Many of these names are ridiculous.
Well, there's a reason why he's named Greg. That one was a joke from Doom VFR.
They got me zero.
Not from Doom VFR specifically. That was just one that I made specifically from Doom VFR because I got the PlayStation VR for Doom VFR. And
As one
when
does.
Yeah, and then when I played it, I got really excited because you get to go to Samuel Hayden's office because I was looking to see what's the storyline of Doom VFR, because you're not the Doom Slayer, you're just some schmuck.
That's been turned into a robot.
It's been turned into a robot. And the thing is, you're, I think, Abraham. You're Abraham. I forget his last name. But you know that torso that you pick up in the BFG room?
Yeah, you're that guy.
You're that guy. So, fucking die, ostrich. But yeah, you're that guy. And you go to Samuel Hayden's office, and he's talking about
Transport.
opening in,
LZ is clear.
the
Moving for evac.
rifts into
Affirmative.
hell.
Transport inbound.
And he was pulling up files, and then he openly says, "Oh yes, for that cyber demon that we lost 2 weeks ago." And I'm thinking to myself, "You lost the cyber demon. Not that he escaped. You lost him.
Noble 2, sit rep.
Like, how do you not know where he is?
Doors locked.
He's like 13 feet tall,
Can you
roaming around,
I dial up my
and
torch
he's
to cut the way through.
as white as a
It'll take some
house."
time.
And
Okay.
I jokingly
Word
said,
to your location.
when I told my friends that, they're like, "Well, how the hell do you lose that?" I know. When I show them the cyber demon, they're like, ridiculous. I'm like, what did he do? Put on a lab coat and just walk around and try to, blend in with everybody? And then Samuel Hayden walks by and he's like, "Who are you?"
Hi, I'm Greg.
"And what do you do, Greg?"
I make the numbers look good and stuff. Science-y things.
I'm going down here.
And being Samuel Hayden, he just doesn't question it. And he's like,
LZ's a
"Carry
little
on."
hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, breaks over.
That's what I imagine. The cyber demon put on a lab,
Taking enemy fire.
pretending to be one of the workers. And he called himself Greg.
I'm Greg.
And we do that stupid voice every time. And my friend just laughs every time he hears somebody named Greg, and they're like, "Okay, it's nothing."
Double shot counts.
Dope. That's right.
How we doing, Cat?
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander. I've cut about halfway through the door.
Contact.
Oh, that's what the left bumper
Hold
did.
them
It
off.
switched between
Attack out of
grenades.
control.
Yeah.
What a useless thing. Because the D-pad does the same thing. Then up. Oh yeah, I forgot night vision.
Yeah, I appreciate that they just give you night vision on your visor instead of a fucking flashlight.
Kind of shows you how outdated Master Chief is. You know he's in the game for like a second though, right?
Yeah, isn't there like a scene at the very end when the Pillar of Autumn escapes, where you see him going into cryo sleep?
He's already in cryo sleep. You have to like look at the camera because he's like in the ship with you or something. Because I think that was like one of the missions where you had to like take care or transport one of the Spartans.
Well, no, you got to carry Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn.
That's what it was.
So they can make it off of Reach.
I played Halo Reach like twice, and that was when it first came out. So this is going to be the first time I've gone through it since 2010.
Yeah, so basically the story is one of the military relay stations on the planet Reach goes dark, and Jesus Christ, I just got body checked into the fucking wall. That was bizarre. Anyways.
See, that freaking guy with a Gatling gun, he just got the outline of a flood, and I just ended up shooting him by mistake.
We're clear.
But, well, oh fuck, what was I talking about? I don't even remember.
Halo Reach was
okay, yeah, I was explaining the basic steps of Halo Reach. So, it starts off, they're just kind of suspicious because one of their, it's either military or government relay stations just all of a sudden goes dark, and they lose contact with the,
we got split. I don't think the
Marine forces that they send in. So,
alright, Corporal.
they send in this
We'll get you combat search.
local squad of Spartan 3s.
Plasma damage.
Well, mostly Spartan 3s.
Found
George is a
something.
Spartan 2.
I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
I got a live one over here.
Yeah, George, the big guy, he's like the real deal kind of Spartan. He's the same kind of Spartan that the Master Chief is.
It's alright. We're not gonna hurt you.
You're in there!
George, I got her.
Which is why his standard firearm is a fucking chain gun.
I'll release you.
But Master Chief, he's what, Spartan 1?
No, he's a Spartan 2. So, I've actually read the background lore. The reason why the Master Chief and all of his buddies that were kidnapped as 6-year-olds, the reason why they're Spartan 2s and not Spartan 1s is because originally it was Project Orion, and that's how the ODSTs came into being. Basically what they did was they took, like, volunteers that were already in the Marine Corps, and they basically pumped them up with steroids, human growth hormone, and other shit to make them superior to regular Marines. And it kind of worked, but it shortened a lot of it shortened their lifespans. So you had, like, definitely better quality soldiers than before, but at the same time, they would not last very long. And some of them would just go back to being in the Marine Corps, and while they'd definitely be better than standard, they were still nothing like the Marines. I believe that's part of the explanation for why Sergeant Johnson is able to survive all the bullshit that he does, because he was one of the people from Project Orion.
And that's why he says sorry that it's classified.
I don't think that's why he says that's classified, but that's definitely why he seems more able than any other Marine to survive a bunch of dumb shit. And then... because, like, canonically, in the Mjolnir armor, Master Chief is 7'1" and 1,000 pounds.
I've got you covered.
His teammate, Fred is a full head taller than the Master Chief in the books. It's like Master Chief is 7'1" in the armor. In the armor, Fred is like 7'8". But yeah, the Spartan 2s were
I need you to reset a junction. Do it. Get back here.
Fuck. Yeah, the Spartan 2s were like the unethical child soldier turned super soldier type deal, and therefore they were the most successful because they were able to do extensive genetic testing before they ever started any of the
when will the station
implantation
be back online? 2 weeks.
or the
This is plasma damage. All major uplink
or the various other chemical
2 minutes
components
is
to
too
it.
long.
which is why I'm splicing into the main
Like the Spartan
overland
2s
bunkers to
have
keep the direct line to
ceramic,
Colin and Holland.
like the same kind of
You're on
ceramic
my
that
light,
tank
Commander.
armor's made out of grafted to their skeletons.
Find out what she knows.
That.
But it's also super fucked up because out of, I want to say, there's initially 100
What's your
kids,
name?
then throughout the training they
You're around
received
here?
regularly, they lost like 20 of them. So there's about 75 kids. I say kids, they were age 14 when they started doing the various surgeries
Sounds familiar.
to make them superhuman.
Problem?
And of that 75,
Father.
only 30
I'm sorry.
were
Why
combat
would you be?
effective. Most of them died,
man
but like
forgets what he
20
is
of them
sometimes.
were permanently
She just
disabled
lost
in
her
some
father.
way because of the various
She needs
things that were
full
done to them.
psychiatric workup.
She's not the only one.
There's
Lock it
like
down, boogie.
2 of them, because part of the process
Get her on her
was
feet.
accelerating
The
the
body's
skeletal growth process. So there's like 3 of them that are in fluid tanks, like the one that Luke Skywalker's in Empire Strikes Back, because during the bone growth process, their skeleton
It's
shattered.
patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's
Yeah.
not touch anything. You
Well, no,
need to
what they
ground this
did,
place.
they couldn't recover physically, but their minds were intact, and these were children indoctrinated in military strategy and tactics
What's your situation?
since the age of 6.
Colonel, this is no
So for like the last 8
There
years,
are
they've
no
been studying
rebels.
nothing but military
Covenant
tactics
are
and
en
history.
reach. Acknowledge.
So these people
Gunner
got
number one,
transferred
did you
from
say Covenant?
Affirmative.
the Navy
It's the
to
winter
ONI,
contingency.
and they became analysts.
God help us all.
Like, there's one character that Captain Key, because before he was captain, he was a lieutenant, and he worked with Dr. Halsey to find these children. He piloted the ship that they traveled through the human colonies, finding children that they could easily replace.
And all of this is in the book?
I can't remember which book it was, but yes, this is covered in the background lore. The Spartan 3s, they kind of went back to the idea of using adults instead of children, but they still used a lot more of the processes from the Spartan 2 program, so they would do extensive genetic analysis of these adults and customize what they were doing. That's why the Spartan 3s are closer in size to normal human beings. Because, like, you look at George, and he's like 1.5 to 2 foot taller than all the other members of Noble Team.
Be advised, Kilo 3-3 and Kilo 3-4.
Like, all the
your
people in
current
Noble
LZ
Team
is
are
too
tall,
hot.
but they're tall the way that somebody
Roger
who's
that.
6'4 is tall.
Stand by to receive
They're
a
tall
response.
because a lot of people are my height of 5'7". George is tall because he's like 7.5 foot tall, probably out of his armor. Or he's still 7 foot tall.
nature of this facility, use of orbital rounds has been for the moment prohibited. Regrettably, my efforts to obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful. However, current defensive forces are insufficient.
amazed I didn't
Only
make that like a
requested Team
miniseries or
Noble's
something.
direct intervention to help secure Sword Base.
Yeah.
All right, people. We're stuck with that ship for the time being. Let's focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George Emil, you're next. Get prepped.
Let's move, Lieutenant.
It's funny how Kat's go-to weapon is the pistol instead of one of the rifles.
Well, she's a sniper.
6. Push back the attack on Sword
And
Base.
that pistol,
Find out what
that's
we're dealing
the OG Halo 1 pistol.
Roger that. Where your strike is.
I don't think it has the
Just-
exploding bullets of the OG pistol, but it's definitely more powerful than the one in Halo 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, also the one in ODST, but to be fair, that one's a tactical suppressed pistol, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, ODST, I remember everyone was kind of like confused on how to play it, which was kind of funny because they had to be more tactical. 'Cause you were
Yeah.
Master Chief.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute, what? That
Yeah,
was a
you can't
lot of-
just bum rush the aliens. You have to be a little more strategic than that. Although I kinda was frustrated by the fact that they included silenced weapons when that accomplished literally nothing.
Yeah, so there was like no real stealth mechanic. Made no sense. I like Firefight though, that was a good mode.
Firefight was a great addition.
And I remember Sergeant Johnson being one of the pre-order bonuses.
Yeah. You want to hear something sad? I pre-ordered Halo 3 ODST, but because I couldn't play online, I was never able to redeem my Sergeant Johnson character. So I've never. Yes. God damn the lag. Okay, let's end this because Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, my screen went black. There we go.
Okay. Cancel. Okay, Oni sword base, start from the beginning. Score, heroic. Yep. Okay.
Because I remember people were like, oh, if you get Halo ODST, you get to play Halo Reach. And I think Halo Reach didn't come out for like another 4 years.
Yeah. That does sound like
also-
the kind of rumor that would have come out around then, though.
Because that's what they said, that you get you get Halo ODST. That was the incentive, because that was the thing that Halo
Yeah,
did.
because Halo 3 ODST was really more like DLC, yet they charged full price for it.
Because they gave you the Halo 3 multiplayer. So what a lot of people ended up doing, because I worked at GameStop at the time to see what a lot of people ended up doing, they actually traded in Halo 3 and kept ODST because they're like, oh, I just play Halo 3. I just play Halo for the multiplayer. So ODST was just the multiplayer package. You kept ODST for Firefight.
Jesus Christ, it's still laggy as shit and we're in the cutscene. What the fuck?
Cat 6, push back the attack on Swordface. Find out what we're dealing with.
Alright, I'm moving pretty good. I don't know how you're doing in your end.
Alright, it seems to be working now.
But,
Oh shit, my bad.
You had that, and a lot of people were like, well, what's the Halo 3 disc for? Oh, just the campaign. Oh, no, I played the hell out of that. So, people just kind of gravitated to ODST. Now, the funny thing is, when Halo Wars was coming out, some people didn't know what it was back when, people just saw the name and bought it, going, oh, Halo. And they just bought it.
Right.
Not knowing what it is. And they're like, what the fuck is this? So, a lot of people got pissed that it was like an RTS. And I'm like, it's an RTS. Why the hell did they do that? And I'm like, trying to explain to them this is what it was supposed to be. And they're like, what do you mean it's supposed to be?
Yeah, OG Halo was supposed to be an RTS game.
For the,
What was the reason that they decided to switch to FPS game? Because wasn't it like while they were developing it, they looked at what they created and figured, you know what, this would probably make for better FPS.
While they were developing it, they actually got bored of making RTSs because it's what they did for the longest time, and they wanted to make it more action oriented. So they actually made it third person.
Oh, okay.
Because if I remember correctly, Halo was supposed to be for the Mac. Because that's what they did. They made a.
I know they made Marathon for the Mac, and what was it called? Oni?
Oni was a PlayStation 2 launch title and PC, published by Rockstar, developed by Bungie.
Okay.
And that game was ahead of the curve because you can actually use the right analog stick to control the camera. So how we play games now was how Oni controlled. But a lot of people at the time criticized it for its clunky controls because we were still controlling the camera with the shoulder buttons.
Yeah, that is still kind of weird.
Yeah. But if you play Oni now, it's as if you played a game that was modified for modern day controls. Like the game plays great. It's like if you love Ghost in the Shell, play Oni. Yeah, I lost connection with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get things started over, because it was lagging pretty hard.
Yeah. Halo Syrup edition.
Right.
But so people were playing. People were actually buying the Halo Wars Collector's Edition for one stupid reason only. People who did know what Halo Wars was about. So in the Collector's Edition, there was a special map pack in it. And you can only get it at the time if you got the Halo Wars Collector's Edition.
No, you're talking about like a map pack for Halo 3?
Halo 3, yes.
Okay.
That's the only reason why people bought it. I think it was like the Mythic map pack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And it was a timed exclusive only to the Collector's Edition of Halo War. So what people would do...
I wish I'd have got my hands on the fucking Collector's Edition, because I actually liked Halo Wars.
Well, the funny thing is, what people would do, they would buy the Collector's Edition the day it came out. This is what happened, because I did the midnight launch. This was actually 420.
Of course it was.
Yeah, because Halo Wars came out 420, and I remember it specifically because that was the night where my friend and I, when we got off work, because he worked at GameStop in the movie theater, so he had two jobs. So he did the midnight launch to pick up his copy. I worked the midnight launch, and we got off and we went to Wendy's, and he actually lived across the street from a park. So we went to Wendy's, ate at the park, but we didn't realize what time it was because the game came out when we started work. It was February 19th. The game came out February 20th. I mean, it was April 19th, and then the game came out April 20th. We didn't pay attention to that. We know what 420 was. We just forgot because we just got off work. So our minds were
right. Current LZ is too hot.
And we're eating Wendy's at 1 o'clock in the morning in a park across from his house because we're like, it's a nice night. And then a cop car just came roaming by and it stopped us, like flashing the lights at us, going like, what are you guys doing? And he's like flashing it at our eyes, and we're like, fuck. It's like, you get your IDs on you? And we're like, yeah, what's going on? So you got the munchies there, huh? I'm like,
push back the attack on
yeah, you got the munchies? I mean, yeah, we're hungry. We weren't really understanding where he was getting at until we put two and two together, and we looked at the clock and our phones, and we're like, oh shit. It's 420.
That had to be super fucking confusing. Like, what the
funny
fuck
thing
is this cop talking about?
Yeah, because we didn't think about that. We were thinking we just got off hungry. It's the fucking problem. So, we give him our IDs, and he looks at my ID and said,
oh yeah, you told me about this because I didn't believe you when you told me your name.
Yeah.
Yes, heads up everybody watching this later, his first name is Sergeant. Like, that's not a nickname, that's not like a rank because he's a veteran. His parents literally named him Sergeant.
My mom was drunk, dad is crazy, that's been 21 years in the military, family. And you know my middle name, right?
Ranger?
Yes.
Dude, you have the name of like a generic 80s sidekick. But not like a sidekick from a movie, a sidekick from a TV show.
I have the name of like a B-movie action hero.
Exactly. It's utterly fucking ridiculous. And also the greatest thing ever.
I could probably be named Doomslayer and be like, yeah, that's my name now. So. I mean, it's one of those things where people are like, "How do you feel having a name like that?" I don't know. How does anyone feel having a name? Period. I mean,
it's like it's my name.
It's my name, but I don't really stop to think about how absurd it is. Because I'm like, yeah, that's my name. And people are like, "Oh man, it must be difficult." And I said, the only time my name is difficult is when I'm signing job applications. Because a lot of the time people are like, "Why don't you take this serious?" And I'm like, "No, that is my name."
And then you gotta bust out the driver's license again.
Well, the fact is, since everything is online, a lot of the times, one or two things happen. Either people glance me over, or people are like, "Oh, we are happy to hire veterans." I'm like,
that's fucking hilarious.
The funniest thing was, Papa John's, they give a military discount, right?
Oh God.
And when I told them my name for the pizza, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, we also offer a military discount." Okay, so I got that. And when I went to pick up my pizza, the guy shook my hand like, "Thank you for your service." And I looked at him, and without flinching, because I do this a lot, I tell people, yes, Call of Duty was a very difficult time for me. But I'm a veteran.
That just reminds me of like all the memes where people are. It's like, if you remember this, you deserve the veterans discount, and it's always something fucking dumb. Like OG Minecraft or some shit.
Well, the funny thing is, one of the funniest things was, I actually verbatim told them a Call of Duty mission, and they believed me, not putting two and two together. Because they're like, "Oh man, you must have some amazing war stories." I'm like, "Oh yes. I remember I was with the SAS. I wasn't even trying to fucking hide it. I was just telling them, "Oh yes, I was with the SAS, and one of my commanding, it was a joint operations, and one of the commanding officers of the SAS, Captain Price, we had to go get him in the place called the Gulag, and we were Task Force 141. So I was basically telling them the mission of Modern Warfare 2, where you had to go save Price from the Gulag. I think he was known as Subject 26 or something, or Prisoner 26.
It was like, I think it was 626. It was a 3-digit number, I remember.
Yeah, 626, I think that was Stitch. From Lilo and Stitch.
Maybe. I honestly don't fucking remember.
But basically, yeah, you had to go save him, and I was just basically telling that story, and the guy, when you look at somebody's face and you know that they believe you for some stupid reason?
Yeah.
And you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? And I'm looking at him thinking to myself, "Are you really fucking believing me right now? I'm telling you, Call of Duty 2.
Dude, sometimes people get so wrapped up in a story they like turn retarded for a minute. I once bullshit 8 people at school, and keep in mind this is middle school. We're smart enough to know that certain things just do not fucking happen.
That should bring us back online with command.
Like nobody should have believed the story I told about how I tried to break into the Valve compound to find a copy of Half-Life 3. And the security guard was dressed up in a fucking full-on tank suit. Like the tank from Left 4 Dead. And me and my buddies had to run away because he picked up a concrete park bench and chucked it at us. And for 3 days, they actually believed that was something that happened in the real world.
I mean, they gotta keep that secret tight. They cannot know that they're working on Half-Life 3.
Let's search the area for Generator 6.
Honestly, the fact that anybody believed that is still the funniest story I've ever fucking heard, and it's my story.
I mean, for Valve, yes, I would believe that they're stupid rich to do that.
Well, I mean, it'd be one thing if it was just like, yeah, we tried to break into Valve's offices and we got run off by security. That's kind of believable. But for security to be this fucking impossible zombie
lifting of concrete.
That's like saying I tried to break my way into id Software and I was stopped by 3 Cacodemons, 8 imps, and a cyber demon.
Oh no, that's totally true. I believe that.
Well, no, because the only time I've been to Texas is I've been up in the Panhandle for work a few times, and then QuakeCon last year. Oh shit.
Due to financial troubles, I will not be able to
Generators not running.
And that's unfortunate. But I will be sure to take way more pictures this time, and I will share them with you on Discord.
Yeah, so let me know what is... Oh my god, Al-Qaeda grunt.
Oh, Akbar.
But let me know people attending if Pete Hines punches anybody.
What the fuck?
Like, that dude is getting fed up with being called a liar to the point where he's been on a podcast and he's like, it irks me. Okay? And he's like trying to defend Fallout 76 to the point where he's just blue in the face. And I'm just like, yeah, he seems like he's ready to punch somebody. I told you, Fallout 76, I heard your feedback. Like, I'm just ready. Like, if he's at the I'm pretty sure he's not going to attend the BYFC this year. If he does, he's going to have his own private, like, angry dome. So you didn't come near me. You didn't talk about Fallout 76. Like, I'm pretty sure if he sits down, because that's the thing, they sit down like anybody else. But I'm just waiting for him to like sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna lay down a couple of ground rules. You do not ask me about Fallout 76. Do not look at me in my general direction. You do not call me a liar. And then he plays Fallout 76 and he can't get connection. And he's like, what the fuck? And then he calls Todd. And it's like, Todd, you can't log in. No, you can log in. It just works.
Spartans,
Not
this is
an
Sword
amusement
Control.
park.
Thought you could use some mobile firepower.
Alright. Take that hog, Six.
Yeah, Warthog.
Spartan team, what's the ETA
Wait, we have
on that
2
AA gun?
Warthogs?
On our way now.
Yeah, which is hilarious because now we have one that's just full of Spartans.
But, I forgot what I was talking about before the whole Pete Hines thing. Oh yeah, the stupid stories people believe.
That seem too obvious to be believed by anybody.
Yeah.
At least anybody over 10 years old.
Sometimes.
Because toddlers are easy to trick. They're not that smart.
All you gotta do is cover your face and they think you're gone.
I said toddlers, not infants.
I don't know, with the way we're teaching kids.
Yeah, fair enough.
Have you seen some of the people in Congress?
Oh god. Oh man. Have I told you the story of the potato baby?
Have I told you the story of this comedic skit that I wrote about 2 unlikely things running for president? And people tell me that's a better option.
No, you haven't told me about that one yet.
So, for 1 year in
That's the
school,
gun over there.
I
Should be a
wrote
recess
a
control
short
somewhere
little
to get it online.
skit where it was about a presidential debate. The thing is, that was one of the subjects in screenwriting class. Or it was like one of the theatrical classes or something like that. Was it? No, it was a social studies class. I think it was humanities, where they wanted us to. I'm trying to remember what this was. It was either a humanities class, a psychology class. I think it would have had to be psychology. Yeah, it's one of the two. Because at the time I wrote Ice Climb Extravaganza in a screenwriting class, so I did not write this one. This was during back when I was still attending Sprayer. So 1 year I just wrote a skit, and it was about a presidential candidate complaining about who he's running against in a three-way presidential debate. The guy said, look, I am running against a pigeon and a potato. And then they're like, do not discriminate against the candidates, okay? So, go ahead with your policy. He explains his policy, and they're like, okay, Senator Pigeon, if you were to do the same thing, what would you do? And then he just took a shit, and then they're like, understood. And people are like, well, at least he was honest.
Jesus.
And then the potato is just baking underneath a heat lamp, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh man, he's choking. Like in the background you see like the campaign advisors looking at the potato. Potato, same question to you. And it's baking underneath, the spotlight, and everyone's freaking out and booing him. And all of a sudden, the campaign manager's like, yeah, take him. And then he's done.
Noble strike. This is noble leader. Get back to
All right, that was actually a funny story. So now you want to hear something that's funny, the same way that cancer kid jokes are funny.
Good work, Spartans.
I'm going to hell. I laughed too hard at that.
Okay, so there's this guy at work, and he was talking about his kid, and it's honestly a sad story. His kid was born with a congenital defect of some kind. Like it was bad enough. His kid was 2 years old, but it looked like an infant, and the life insurance policy had already paid out, so they could cover the cost of the funeral and the grave.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, very sad. Very depressing thing to think about. So, one of the other guys that I work with, he's telling me about this guy's kid, because he's friends with this dude on Facebook, and he's seen a picture. So he shows me a picture, and what's my response to this depressing thing? Because one of the things is, when the guy had showed him the picture of his kid, the other guy was just, genuinely curious about what exactly it was that was wrong with the kid. And the guy's like, he's not a fucking vegetable. And because he told me that, when I saw the kid, my first thought was, this kid kind of looks like a potato. And that's fucking horrible. But also, if you had seen the shape of this child's head, it straight up looks like a fucking russet potato that has been painted to look like a human child.
Well, did you know that you can cut potatoes into cubes?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know. I just found that out today.
Oh god, I wish we'd have got that joke on stream. You want to tell the crowd about your buddy Brian?
Oh boy. Well, he ain't gonna watch this shit, so.
No one else is.
So there we go. We'll document it for historical facts. Has anybody ever had that friend?
It's hilarious because in 10, 11 years when I run for president, this is definitely gonna come up.
as some kind of a scandal.
Well, actually, it might not come up because I'm not gonna run for either of the parties. I'm gonna pull a Vermin Supreme and run independent.
I wouldn't. You have my vote. As long as you're part of a stronger, dentured America and a pony-based economy, you can definitely secure that vote and pony identification program in the pony-based economy.
Well, see, my platform is going to be to build the true American empire. So instead of this bullshit pseudo-empire where it's mostly built off of our corporate interests, we're just going to straight up start invading countries and planting the flag on their government buildings. And they're either going to learn English and accept the dollar as their official currency, or they will cease to exist. That's the platform I'm going to run on, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
It will be the most honest one.
Yeah, and also it pretty much runs off the platform of risk. So,
Where's our orbital support?
yeah, I mean, if you explain it.
4 platforms that could take us out to the
So,
single
yeah,
knockout.
you got my vote. Get on the winning side of history.
Also, I'm gonna change some stuff up with other things. There's gonna be a lot more skull imagery in the official symbology of the U.S. military, both the Marine Corps and the Army.
You're gonna make it like the Imperials from Warhammer 40k. They're so freaking evil looking that they're the good guys. Or no, it was
something like
the
that.
Inquisition.
No, it's the Imperium of mankind, because they speak. One of the languages is like bootleg Latin. So like there's actual Latin words mixed in with words that sound like they should be Latin, but they're not. Which is kind of hilarious. Also, we're gonna redo the American national anthem to an unironic version of America Fuck Yeah.
The very sad, somber version.
Can't do this on my own. Neither the Spartan up here.
The sad one will be for official state funerals like veterans or beloved politicians. And then the aggressive version is going to be used at all other times. Like, if we're going to have our national theme song, it's going to be a badass fucking song.
It's like Daniel Todd says, you have the Star Spangled Banner in your iPod? No one listens to it. It's not a good song.
Oh fuck. My bad, teammate. I didn't mean to shoot you in the chest.
If I were to have a national anthem song, it would be death metal.
Dude.
Something death metal. I'd probably put like the BFG division or something.
Now we'll commission Mick Gordon to compose a new song.
Oh hell yeah!
Taking inspiration from his work on Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal.
Yeah, get like a freaking choir to sing demonic singing chants. I can't wait. That music's just gonna be amazing. That man literally had to sold his soul. I'm pretty sure when he dies, the devil's got a special spot for him. He's like, hey man, come to the cool side of hell.
He's like, you gotta hang out at the cool kids table.
Yeah, I love your album. Oh my god, it just speaks to me. Literally, how did you know?
Like, have you ever watched the GDC footage about the album?
Yeah, where he was like talking about he made like a nine-string guitar, used a real chainsaw.
Well, no, like there's a part where he's talking about things that he layered in, like how he used the
Jesus loves you.
Yeah, like nobody talks about he put the whole Jesus loves you bit, and they only talk about how in a spectrogram you can clearly see pentagrams, 666, and in one of the songs also John Romero's head from Doom 2.
Well, also, I think the one of the songs, the BPMs, is 666 beats per minute.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, so he did what he could to really make it demonic. But
and as far as I know, there's like still one more Easter egg in the album that nobody's found yet. And I'm genuinely curious as to what it is.
Give it time, they'll find it. Watch it be like a Nazi symbol because of Wolfenstein.
You know, I don't think that they would go for that this time. I think it might be the proper Wolfenstein logo this time around.
Probably. But who knows, knowing freaking id. Because I remember in Doom, I want to say Doom 1, in the original,
Nice work, by the way.
one of the descending platforms, if you look above the roof, was a Nazi symbol, was a swastika. Because that was meant to reference Wolfenstein.
Yeah, and then people got offended because it's a swastika. They're stupid. I know.
Yeah, but the thing is, in one of the dungeons in the NES Zelda, it looks like a swastika.
Oh, dude, there's a fucking Navy SEAL training center on Naval Base that they had to reorganize the buildings because the way they were arranged, it looked like a swastika.
Detailed account of your previous engagement.
Well, the funny thing is, the swastika is kind of like at an angle.
Mom.
But in Japan,
if
it's like
just some
if it's straight
additions I've made.
That's actually a symbol from Japan, meaning like
Visegrad relay. It's
well, the swastika in and of itself is an ancient symbol. Like the Nazis actually took it from
some light on his death.
Like Asian cultures.
Male in his
well, what it was is there's a subgroup in India called the Aryans.
It was just
which is where the Nazis got the term Aryan from, and they found some of their pottery, and it had like
tell me more about them.
That specific form of the swastika. A lot of people don't realize the official swastika of the Nazis
their armor configuration
was
matched
clockwise at a 45-degree angle, so basically in the
primary
diamond
objective
position.
was to get the station's relay
Those
back online.
swastikas,
Your primary
regardless of whether they're
objective
clockwise or
is
counterclockwise, are in the square position.
Ma'am?
Yes, and in Japan they actually have some temples, and if you go to the map in Japan, they actually indicate it with that symbol, the square position.
Right, because one that they use Shinto
symbol. Zealot class.
Yeah, because in one of the Yakuza games in the Japan,
for the abundance
they have
of
that
Oni
because it's meant to
excavation
represent
data
Shinto,
stored there.
one of the temples.
And you let them
But
get away.
in the American version, they had to
was
change
not
it
a
to some
command
generic,
directive.
like
Even had we
yin and
known,
yang
we had
dragons.
other more
because
urgent matters
here
to
we're like,
attend
oh my
to.
god, the Nazis are back!
Professor Sorvad's final entry in his field notes
Yeah.
made reference to a latchkey
It's actually kind of funny because there were shows that got censored, but there were other shows that didn't get censored. Like I remember watching Yu Yu Hakusho on Toonami, and there's this one episode where this one fighter he was a Shinto monk, so he has a swastika on his fucking forehead.
That data is classified Tier 1.
But it's counterclockwise and it's in the square position on his head. It almost looks more like somebody mirrored a swastika they drew
We're
on it.
currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just making a reading suggestion, ma'am.
Oh, you want to hear a hilarious story?
Of course.
So, way back when I was a kid, before I knew anything about historical symbolism, I was at a Denny's with my great-grandma and one of her friends.
You're at a Denny's.
Look, man, this was like the late 90s. Denny's wasn't complete shit yet. At least not on the West Coast. I can't speak for the East Coast or the Midwest, but on the West Coast, Denny's was okay.
Denny's is the rehab center for anyone with a hangover. That's where you go after you get so pissed out.
I mean, shit, it's better than Waffle House, man.
Waffle House is a tradition. In the East Coast, that is a church.
Yeah, it's also how FEMA determines how severe a storm is based on whether or not fucking Waffle House closes in the area. They'll never admit it, but that's definitely a thing that they do. But anyways, back to the story. At Denny's, they had what they did was they had kids' toys just like McDonald's, but what they had was they had these building toys. It was a very specific form of Kinects. It was before the one that we all know, where you just got the sticks and the joints. This one, it was they looked more like parts of Bionicles. You had each piece had this weird socket thing, and it wasn't round. It was this weird. It was this weird polygon. It was just a ton of different surfaces. You could get super specific with how you put it out there. Like, you know how the wheels on Will Smith's car in iRobot look?
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah, so I had those, and I was just putting them together. Now, keep in mind, at this point in my life, I have never seen a swastika. And I assembled a fucking swastika out of these things. And my grandmother my great-grandmother, she's like 70 at the time, and she has to explain to me, honey, that's not a good symbol. You need to undo that. So I ended up turning it into a spider.
Is always necessary. Here, you may need these. High velocity, armor piercing. They'll take the hat off an elite at 2,000 yards.
That's not.
And they ain't cheap.
You made it worse. Just break it apart. That's not a good animal.
I'll be in touch.
Well, no, because I had to keep adding shit to it in order to get it to look like a spider. So she was fine with it.
Oh, damn, that's right. All the trees actually grow blue green with this thing.
Covenant can block our instruments. So it would seem. When command wants to
I actually
know,
like the sniper visor on this one. It's like the most detailed. Sometimes I actually get, like, I have to switch to a gun where that doesn't distract me because I get lost looking at the scope. Instead of where I'm actually supposed to walk. Yes, we're gonna be so stealthy by shooting everything.
That's one thing I always loved about Halo. Their idea of stealth is you go in with a loud as fuck sniper rifle. And not just any sniper rifle. A sniper rifle is such size and caliber that it is technically an anti-materiel rifle. Like, if you were...
the 50 cal quietly.
Well, it's like if you were to actually manufacture a fully functional one of these sniper rifles to spec, like, the bullets for it would be anti-tank rounds just by sheer mass.
I'm just amazed that the guns don't explode at that rate because, damn, the jets...
Well, it's because the only real gore in the Halo games is the flood.
Negative, too small. We're not in the dark.
If that.
Engage at your own discretion, but keep moving. Already engaged.
Well, like, in the early ones, not really, because all that would happen is their arms would come off. Which is, like, it's gore in a technical sense, but, I mean, the Lego Star Wars games don't get rated M for sure for gore, even though Chewbacca can rip off other characters' limbs, provided they have them. Oh yeah, you can drive the forklift in this fucking game.
They make, you know, little adorable popping sounds, so it's okay. You don't hear them scream in agony.
Looks like you really pissed them off.
They did not appreciate my forklift driving.
Oh, because you're not good like Shenmue. You did not win the forklift race.
That was a thing in Shenmue?
Yeah, that's why it's one of the more popular aspects of the game, because that was like the only thing that played closely to a game. It's the only thing that controlled well. But yeah, the Shenmue is famous for forklift races. Because there's like a part of the game where you go to the docks and you gotta do that for a while in order to like find somebody who knows your dad's killer. And in Shenmue actually appears in Sonic All-Star Racing, where he actually races in a forklift.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, what's even hilarious is the fact that people waited almost 18 years for Shenmue 3. Because it's a niche game that never got, that never sold well, and almost never got its sequel told until years later. And they're lucky enough to even get Shenmue 3 after all these years. And they made Shenmue 3 end on a cliffhanger. So I'm thinking to myself, you could have finished your story, but you left room for a sequel when the third one, when the first one barely got made, and you're telling me, oh, wait for Shenmue 4. No, you should have fucking ended it. Nobody cares anymore. God damn, I love the beam rifle in this one. It's like firing a giant laser. It feels like a real beam. You got me. You just kept taking bullet after bullet.
Gonna teabag the shit out of this fucking alien. Oh, you're just gonna hit him a couple times, you're not gonna teabag him?
Nah, he does not deserve it. He does not deserve my balls upon his face.
Oh, sweet, another forklift.
Oh wait, can you even lift the little forks up? No. Oh well.
Nope.
Quickly, to the hardware department. If it fits, I sit.
Ooh.
I was waiting for you to drive off.
Oh, that's a pistol. God damn it. I saw the shine to it and I thought, ooh, is that an energy sword? No.
No, they didn't have that here. Energy swords were not in Reach yet.
No, there's energy swords at the end of the very first level that you actually play through. You just don't get to use it on anything because by the time you've killed him, everything is dead.
Are there energy swords in the campaign of Reach? I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's not often, but yes, it does happen.
Okay. Like I said, this is after Halo 3, I followed Halo just because of,
Where the
my
fuck am I
fandom.
supposed to go? Oh wait, isn't it through there?
I'm thinking we go here.
No, it's this way. We gotta go around the hillside because there's no fucking. Or wait, no, that's not it.
I found enemies. Video game logic. Freaking Al-Qaeda grunt. Freaking delete. Not safe to respond. Bullshit. Now it's safe to respond. Yes.
Oops.
So yes, I did not explain to our what do you call an audience member that's just one person?
Bored?
Bored.
Well, like, clearly they're not telling their friends, hey, these two idiots are streaming and it's funny. And... I mean, hell, the main reason why I don't tell most people about stuff I watch when it's somebody live streaming something is because either A, they're already watching it, or they would not be interested in that particular person's content. And I know that because I've tried to show them in the past.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, anywho, I guess I'll discuss Brian's shenanigans, so...
yeah, that was something we mentioned like 20 minutes ago.
Yes, because that's how this show works.
Like all the shows.
Yeah, remember it took me like 3.5 hours to tell a fucking Beyonce story?
That's right. Did you even tell it all the way? No, yeah, you did, because you mentioned that one guy who I swear I've also played against.
Yeah, but the thing is, it had such a freaking build-up that it was just a 2-second story. It took 3.5 hours, because I was trying to tell it since the fucking library.
Right, so we kept fucking dying because the library is the closest thing to genuine bullshit in Halo Combat Evolved.
And we were concentrating.
Look at that.
When you get to the flood, you gotta...
Oh, fuck, I forgot. This is the part with the giant murder beasts.
Oh, shit.
Behold the Rancors.
I am a Jedi. We can kill it.
Oh shit, I found a spot where the texture's straight up stretched.
Oh. This I gotta see. Oh, fucking raw.
Like clearly somebody used the fucking drag and drop tool in MS Paint for that. Fuck!
Ah, shit. I don't know if I can get away from it in time.
Can we kill those things?
I'm sure. I think we have to. Yeah, one's dead.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they're like the hunters, basically.
Cat, pick any of that up? Affirmative, Recon Bravo. It's an indigenous creature called Huta.
Yes, the Brian stories.
There's a trail up ahead.
Are you forgetting?
Let's take it.
So we all have that friend that is basically tenured in. The friend that you don't know why you're friends.
Of course.
They know too much shit, so you're kind of like, well, I can't get rid of them. I can't break the friendship. It's just... They're there. They've always been there in background. So... Imagine Charlie from Always Sunny in Philip mixed in with Homer Simpson.
Gunfire. Magnums. Security side up. Standard issue.
A little bit of Mr. Bean. But dial the dumbness to Stanley Stupid from The Stupid.
God, I haven't seen that movie in years.
It's a great movie. I have it on DVD. I love it. You're the only person that actually knows what I'm talking about.
Anyways, back to the Brian story.
Yeah, but you remember that scene in The Stupids where he's trying to chase the garbage truck and he's thinking about what way to pursue it? And he goes into the garage and he looks and he's checking on the vehicles and he thinks the more wheels he has, the faster he'll go. So he looks at the bike and he says, 2 wheels. And you see him, contemplating, thinking, no, that ain't gonna work. Then he looks at his car, 4 wheels. And then he looks at a pair of roller skates, 8 wheels. Like, yes, I will go much faster with 8 wheels. That's Brian.
That's... Oh, man. Oh, that's...
Except he has no luck or family. So imagine a worse version of that. So this man, I've known him for
Very nice, eh?
well over 10 years now. And she is going to be 44 this year.
So he is for sure boomer as fuck.
He was born in the he was born like mid-70s or something like that. But yeah.
A little more action than we're used to. You Spartans are good in a fight.
But yeah, he's definitely boomer as fuck.
Whole
Yes.
area is supposed to be evacuated.
Didn't like leaving it to someone
In
else.
terms
to
of
protect our home,
generations,
so we came
but
back
not terms of
for
thinking.
this. We have them hidden all over
I'd
the
say he's more
territory.
clueless than boomer.
What, you gonna arrest me?
So
No, I'm gonna steal it back.
he just recently discovered today that you can cut potatoes into
Another
cubes
dropship coming in.
because he was making a casserole and following the instructions, and it told him slice potatoes into cubes. I shit you not. He didn't know you could do that. And I told him, I said, how do you not know? Do you not ever heard the term slice and dice? The dice part, that's the cube. That's where the term comes from, slice and dice. I mean, hell, did your mama ever pack you a lunch? Didn't she like cut apple slices? And he's like, no, I never thought to try. Try what? Cutting apple slices? And I'm like, you do cook for yourself, right? Yes. I cook for myself all the time. That doesn't require pushing a microwavable button. Like, do you just hit the popcorn button your whole life and make bologna sandwiches? I said to him, you know, here's a fun fact. Did you know that bread, it doesn't have to come sliced? People make that shit happen.
We got company.
It's like a jump rope. A jump rope is just a fucking rope. You have to make the jump part happen.
Right?
So, and I said to him, you know, if you think that's, you know, shocking, if I ever visit you, I'm going to teach you how to make ice into cubes.
Shifting positions.
And of course he looked at me, he's like, don't be an ass. I'm like, how can I not be an ass? You're standing here, you're literally telling me that cubed potatoes is rocking your world right now because you had no idea that could be done. With a knife, you can cut a lot of things into cubes. You know, cheese doesn't come in slices. You have to make that happen. You can cut cheese into cubes too. But I told you about how he didn't know wrestling was a innuendo euphemism for sex. Right?
You did not mention that one to me. Please continue.
I didn't tell you that story. Where when he lived in Oklahoma, he did live in Oklahoma at a time.
Clearly rubbed off on him.
You're from Oklahoma, aren't you?
I live here. I am not from here.
Okay. That explains it a lot. So I'm like, you know, for an Oklahoma person, you're pretty smart. You live here, you're not from here. Okay, good. Also, sorry. Not good that you live in Oklahoma, but good that you're not from Oklahoma. I've been to Oklahoma. The malls have carpet.
Road leads to a hydroelectric plant.
And
yeah.
Weapons.
He's
basically anything the UNSC considers contraband.
I think he's originally from Colorado. I never stopped to actually ask him where he
Show us.
Because he traveled so much in the military, him and his family. I need to ask him one day. I never stopped to think about that. But I'm pretty sure he was born under a rock.
Let's see where it goes.
Because half the things I ask him, he just does not fucking know.
Well, maybe he just grew up in like Eastern Europe, where they're just like terminally poor.
Straight to the hydro plant. We dam this river up.
No, he had a Nintendo.
Plant powers every settlement in the territory. Shame if it all gets wasted.
He had a Nintendo and PlayStation and all that shit. Games was pretty much the only way he could like relate to people, because everything else was just like, wow, you know that kid that nobody would sit in high school in those movies? He couldn't even.
Oh god, he couldn't even get that kid to hang out with him.
He couldn't even. He was that kid. But I'm pretty sure, yeah. No, I think you're right. He couldn't even get that kid to hang out. The one that would sit by himself at lunch because nobody would sit next to him. He couldn't even get that kid to hang out with
That's
him.
the source of our dark zone.
He went to the Losers Club and was denied.
Command is planning something big.
That's fucking hilarious.
And said, sorry, losers only. So he is... His life, he is so low. Like, his life... He goes so low. I don't know how to describe it. It's one of those things where you're just like, how has this person exist without killing themselves in the dumbest way possible? Like, I can imagine he showers with his mouth open, standing up, face looking up at the shower head. I can tell him this to his face. I don't care. I have done it before. I have talked shit about this man in front of this man. I mean, I can roast him. I have done that before. Because some of the things are just baffling. Hell, I did it today because of the potato cube thing. When he lived in Oklahoma, he had two neighbors. He had a couple that looked, and they at around 2 o'clock at night would have rough sex. Sex so loud, neighbors would hear.
As you do, when there's literally nothing else but drugs to do, and you're trying not to be a druggie.
Well, in Oklahoma, there's like 3 things to do. Either eat at a late night diner, go to Walmart, or just have meaningless sex and drugs. Because they tell you in small towns like that not to do sex or drugs, but they make them so fucking boring that you almost have to. It's like, what do I do? Do I go to Walmart or Susan? Well, both are always open, and I like that. So, you hear them make their noises and whatnot. They have their fun time and do. And of course, Brian, being the Grinch that he is, got up and was knocking on the door saying, whatever it is you're doing, could you, turn it down? Can you stop or keep it quiet? And the guy, comes out sweating and he just says, I'm sorry, we were just wrestling. And he's telling me on the phone this story. And I said, oh, they were wrestling. And he says, yeah, they were wrestling. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I told him, you can go to a 24-hour gym. And you know what he does? He laughs at me. And I'm thinking, rightfully so.
Of course he did.
And I'm like, well, rightfully so. He's like, yeah, but come on. You don't... I mean, I know you don't have much time in the day, but you can go to a gym and do what they did. That gym would be full. Everybody would be going to that gym. What, wrestling? It's not that popular. I'm like, yeah, what their wrestling is, yes, it's very popular. And he's like, no, dude, I used to go to a place called Planet Fitness. It's a 24-hour gym. I said to him, no. They're not really wrestling. And what are they doing? Hugging each other really hard. And he's like,
one could say vigorously.
and then he says, what do you mean hugging each other really hard? And the thing is, this man is in his 40s, and I didn't think at the time, in my early 20s, had to explain. I was like 24 or 25, and I had to explain to him, you're kidding, right? What were they doing? And I said, screaming out loud, sex! They were, like, you remember Grandpa Simpson?
Oh yeah, Abe.
Sex! And then Homer's like, Dad, what? What's wrong about your old man talking about sex? I had sex! That's how I described it. I screamed at him, they were having sex!
I still think one of the funniest things to ever happen was somehow Bart got in trouble with this old lady and had to work the front door the brothel, and then Grandpa Simpson walks in, recognizes Bart as he's taking off his coat, turning around, and he just goes through the motion, puts his hat and his coat back on, and walks out the door.
Walks out the door, yeah, I remember that. That was back when the Simpsons were funny.
Oh, speaking of brothels, have you ever heard the joke about the parrot who used to live in a brothel?
No.
Oh, it's fucking great. So this lady decides that she wants a parrot because she wants a bird that'll talk to her. And so she goes to this pet store, and there's a parrot right there. No price tag on it. And she says, how much for the parrot? The guy working the counter says, look, you don't want this parrot. It used to live at a brothel. It says horrible, horrible things. He's like, oh, come on, it can't be that bad. He's like, I tell you what, I'll sell them to you for $20, and that includes the cage. So she buys the parrot, gets the parrot home, sets up the cage. The parrot immediately says, oh, new madam. She thinks, huh, that's weird. Then her two daughters get home, and he says, huh, new girls, new madam. She thinks, oh, God, and then her husband gets home and says, babe, I bought this parrot, and it apparently used to live in a brothel. And the parrot sees him and goes, hi, Keith. He goes, you motherfucker, strangles the parrot. Like, just imagine being the poor asshole who gets stitched on by a fucking parrot that your wife bought for $20.
Oh my god.
That's like the joke about the guy not having enough bullets at the bar.
Oh, how does that one go?
Okay, so a man walks into a fuck. He walks into a bar. Let me start over. Man walks into a bar with a loaded handgun. The bar is packed. And as he walks in, he shouts, I've got a bullet in this gun for every man who fucked my wife. And there's a voice in the back that says, you don't have nearly enough bullets, friend.
Did I ever tell you about the joke that I made that everyone laughs at, even though there's nothing to it? I was like, how the hell is it? Because I was talking to my dad, and it was at the time that I discovered Monty Python.
Okay.
And I was watching Aqua Teen, and he was explaining to me, how the hell do you find that funny? And I was explaining to him why I found it funny and what makes it a genius, comedic thing. And it was like, yeah, I don't find it funny. I was like, all you care about is if someone dies or gets horribly injured and you laugh like crazy. No, I don't. And I'm like, okay, I'll prove it. And I thought of a joke for a while. Like, I was thinking, what would be a good joke? And I said, okay, I got it. I got a joke for you that I know you're going to laugh at because it's going to prove my point. He's like, okay, let's hear it. The guy walks into a bar, he gets shot in the face, and he's dead. And that's all I said, and my dad laughed.
That, See, now I think it's hilarious that he thinks that that's a great joke.
Well, the thing is, I tell everybody and they laugh. laugh, but I don't know if you're laughing at the joke or laughing at him.
No, I'm laughing at him because like that's worse than a man walks into a bar and then said ow.
A man walks into a bar and says ow because he walked into the bar.
Exactly.
A man walks into a bar, he gets shot in the face. Deadpan expression, that's how I delivered it. Everyone seems to laugh. I tell my friend this. I tell my friend this story, and he's like, well, what was the joke? I tell him the joke, and then he starts laughing, and I'm like, why are you laughing? He's like, it's just, that's it. That's just nothing to it. That's it. I'm like, yeah, that's not a joke. He's like, it's funny. It's like... okay.
Well, and it's like, there are some jokes that require further context, too. Like, you remember the episode of South Park where they were in the Mountain Scouts? And first there was a scout leader, Big Gay Al, and then later there was the other one who was like a drill sergeant, but it also turned out he was a total fucking pedophile.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, there's a line where he's talking to the parents, and he says, well, you know what I always say, kids are all pink on the inside. Now, as a 15-year-old who had never been molested, I did not get that joke. As an adult that understands what pedophiles are, that joke is fucking hilarious.
I think it's hilarious now that pedophiles are trying to advocate their own acceptance group.
Oh, yeah, I try and block out the memory that that's a thing.
I don't know if that was like an internet joking around or if they're being serious.
You know, I never saw anything on 4chan about, hey, let's try and convince the SJWs to decide that pedophilia is not horrible.
Yeah, like, there's a documentary
So,
of a guy that's like...
I don't know on that one. Because, like, there's a bunch of stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I remember that thread.
Yeah,
that one's just...
There's a documentary where... There's a documentary where a guy's just saying, I'm just your average everyday pedophile. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not here to hurt the kid. You're here to wreck their asses. No. Just no. All the no's. Like, I just want to give them free candy in my creepy van. There's nothing wrong. It's just love. Like, no.
I remember seeing this video. This guy's driving a nondescript panel van. And there's this girl walking home from school, and he's like, hey, you want some candy? And she says, okay. And then the side door opens up, and his grandmother's in there. Apparently she fucking makes taffy, and she made way too much. Like, this dude is in no way, shape, or form a pedophile. He's just trying to offload all this fucking candy.
It's just a bait and switch.
Exactly.
Like,
and, like, he totally looks like he would be a pedophile. That's the other thing, too. Like, he's... Dude, remember that guy at QuakeCon during Master Pancake? When they, were calling people up to figure out what should be the thing that we all shouted drunkenly?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy, the super intense guy that they almost went with his suggestion?
Oh, what was his suggestion?
I don't even remember. All I remember is, like, he had the intensity of a serial killer in a TV show.
No, wait, no, I missed it. No, I was not... Okay, I caught it when the movie began, but I was not there in the opening, because remember, I was at the Spears party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, no, I did not see that man. I know
dude.
the catchphrase because I asked, I came in...
Okay, so you remember, fucking Wade from Grand Theft Auto?
Yes.
Okay, imagine him without the piercings, with a deeper voice, and also trying to channel the spirit of Edgar Allan Poe.
The fuck?
That was one of the people that came up to the stage when they asked for volunteers to make suggestions for what we were going to shout whenever certain specific dumb things happened in the movie.
Fuck the metal detectors.
Oh, that has to be... Okay, because none of you will probably get this. So, last year...
TSA con.
Sarge and I went to QuakeCon. QuakeCon 2019. And here's the thing. Because earlier in the year, January of last year, in Florida, there was a shooting at a Madden tournament. So they had to seriously up security, which meant that going from, say, the first floor exhibits to the second floor stuff meant you had to go through a metal detector. It got really fucking annoying after the first hour.
Because you would have to take out everything. And
you had to empty your pockets, you had to open up all the pouches on your backpack if you brought a backpack. Like, the only difference between that and going through airport security was you did not have to take off your shoes.
If that, half the time. I mean, some people were just leaving their bags out, like, in the BYOC. And the thing is, the BYOC is a pretty cool, chill, safe place. But it just works on the honor system.
Right.
Then we'll be up in a few hours.
Because there's no reason to take.
That's right. So, last year at QuakeCon, what we all shouted whenever something stupid happened in the Doom movie, because this was a thing we were all doing while drinking, including me, who had donated blood earlier that afternoon.
Because you were trying to get that Wolfenstein PC.
Right. Everybody was shouting at the top of their lungs till our throats went raw, "Fuck the metal detectors," because it was that annoying. And then some of us afterwards had the thought, like, oh my god, the people working security here probably think we all hate them. And it's like, none of us had a problem with any of the people working it, because they were all nice, they're all professional, they all understood.
And they were all just annoyed as we were.
Yeah. Although, there was one time that was really funny, because they were going through my stuff, and I had my fucking... my portable humidor for my cigars, and it was full. And so the lady opens it, looks inside, and she's like, "Are you gonna smoke all these?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, eventually. I wasn't planning on chain smoking them this afternoon." And for those of you who are familiar with cigars, most of these cigars were Churchill-length cigars. These were not These were not Swisher Sweets. These were not Black and Milds. These were real pimp-ass cigars.
I'm like waiting for you to do like one of the Movie Tunes things where you just want 5 at once.
You know, it's funny. I bought a pack of smokes the other day just to try cigarettes, and yesterday I was just gonna have one, and my little brother's like, "Oh, you should have multiple." And I ended up smoking 4, and he took a picture and turned it into a meme. I need to find that meme. I don't remember if you sent it to me or not.
You remember Harvey Birdman and Terminator Law?
Yes.
You remember Film Ken 7 where he had like a giant, like, a whole carton of cigarettes in his mouth, like in a roll. It looked like a revolver style pattern, just wadded up in his mouth, and he was talking to Birdman because Birdman got addicted to some kind of sunscreen that kind of enhanced his powers. And Phil Can 7 had a bunch of cigarettes in his mouth, and he was just smoking them all at once. And he just said, "Who's stronger, Birdman, the addiction or you?" Ha ha ha! But he's coughing as he's saying this because he's inhaling and smoking at the same time when he's got like 100 cigarettes in his mouth.
Can you hear me? 6, you alright? I could use some help.
On my way.
Grenade launcher, yes.
Okay.
Cat, 6.
Oh, what's this? Oh, hijack, okay. Banshees flew way too fast.
Pushing up the hill.
I feel like Halo Reach is way more combat evolved. Like I said, this is the one I've taken the least. But, So yeah, the fucking metal detectors. I told you about the Brian not knowing wrestling and sex.
Oh, I didn't even get to what we were going to talk about in that story about QuakeCon, because I wasn't going to talk about how fuck the metal detectors was what we were shouting during Master Pancake. I was actually going to talk about how you and me and a bunch of other people decided to, we all decided to stick around after the convention ended and help out with cleaning everything up, and we spent most of that time fucking with all those goddamn tables.
Yeah, the tables are the hardest part, but we walked out with a lot of good shit.
Yes, we did. But everybody agreed that next year at Master Pancake, we're all going to go up as a group and suggest that this year's word be fuck those tables. No, it was fuck them tables. That's what it was.
Fuck them tables.
Fuck them tables. Because of how much of a pain in the ass that whole scenario was.
Yeah, that's gonna be
like it wasn't even cleaning off the tables because all of them had tape on them from all the power strips. No, it was literally stacking them into the rack so they could be transported out of there.
Oh man.
But it was worth it because we got several cases of balls and also free pizza.
And posters and also the little, I don't know, did you pick up the Rage speaker?
Yeah, I did. It looks like an old 80s boombox.
But it's really fucking useful. I love that thing. I did not expect it to work as well as it did. I was expecting the audio quality to be crap, but it's not too bad. I mean, for a thing completely comprised of just cardboard and a circuit board, damn good. Yeah.
Oh, we're both dead. Awesome.
AA gun should be in visual range.
Dueling before to Noble 1, those guns are pounding us with high-velocity plasma shells.
Yeah, those guns are pounding us.
Is also out of the question.
Noble 6, all our birds are stuck out of range unless you can do something about those guns.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll go to QuakeCon next week. I'm gonna save up enough money. I'm gonna rent a hotel at the Gaylord.
I just find it utterly hilarious that there's a chain of fancy hotel / convention centers, and the chain's name is Gaylord. Especially since the one in Tennessee is the Gaylord Opryland, aka the Gay Op.
Business is serious. There is no I in business.
Oh, internet historian, you lovable little Australian weirdo.
Where are we? We're at Rainforest. Where are we? We're at Rainforest. Where are we? We're at Rainforest. Like, damn. That story is the best one because I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? They destroyed that entire hotel. Did all those creepy ass things. And they're wondering, why is no one accepting us?
Gee, I wonder why.
Gee, I wonder why. It's not so much the drug things also. It's the fact that you flooded the whole fucking hotel.
Well, not only that, they flooded it with sewage.
Oh, because there was something, yeah, they did it in the bathroom. I know they fucked up everything.
God damn it. There we go. Okay. And we're back.
DashCon and Rainforest are my two favorite videos. That and the end of the world.
Well, what I really love about DashCon and Rainforest is, as far as the videos go, is that they're like equal and opposites. DashCon is an example of event organizers being greedy fucks and possibly incompetent. Whereas Rainforest, it was the attendees that were the problem, not the event organizers.
Well, you could almost say they were acting like animals.
I do not appreciate your pun, sir.
It's so punny, it hurts.
Alright, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, it's gonna blow up.
Control
As
2 Lima 4,
things that
permission to
usually
commence
shoot at
bombing
you.
run. Heading 224.6.
I like how the alarm that it makes is very similar to the nuclear alert.
Well, it's a universal sound. Even aliens know to use that sound.
Good work, Copy 6. UNSC air support. Skies are clear.
Copy 2 Lima 4, bombing run. Heading
You know, that ship looks a lot like the ship that Commander Keyes has in Halo 2 and 3. Looks a lot like the Amberclad. It's like the same class.
Might be.
I think it is.
Especially the front. Because I remember that, because you got a pretty good look at it when you were leaving Mombasa.
Yeah. Well, also, it's heavily featured in the cutscenes in Halo 2 because it has to go with the what you call it. It has to go with that Covenant cruiser.
When they go to the Delta Halo.
Right, because the Covenant decided to make the warp jump in atmosphere, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, at least we don't have to no, we don't have to re-kill it. It's exploded.
UNSC air support. Skies are clear.
Copy 2 Lima 4, bombing run. Heading 224.6, permission
I
granted.
didn't even know you died. Thought you hopped in a vehicle.
Nope, I was trying to hijack something. It did not work.
Take that south road and see if you can get a better look at those spies. I'll be on comms.
Apparently, if you use your plasma pistol, it drains the energy.
That's right. If you use the plasma pistol with the overcharged shot, it'll like stall out the vehicles.
Yeah, I just figured that out. I'm like, kind of shortens the battery.
I always forget about that because I prefer to just hijack it, because that's way cooler. Also, I love that Bungie got that idea from watching Grand Theft Auto.
What, the
hijack thing.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, they took that idea from fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Well, I remember,
That's awesome.
I think it was Phil Spencer, I want to say? Not Phil Spencer. I forget who was the original Xbox marketing guy.
Oh, come on, Cam.
Before Phil Spencer. But, he... I'm gonna have to look up his name. Okay. Should be back alive. I gotta look at this guy's name. Peter Moore, that was his name. Peter Moore. I remember Peter Moore, and one of the things that he did for Halo 2, he had a tattoo that revealed the release date. And he's like, Halo 2 is gonna come out November 9th, 2004.
Didn't it get delayed to December?
No, it definitely came out November 9th, 2004, because it was originally, I think, supposed to come out
Noble 6, there's a mining facility near your location.
April or something, or like summer, and then it got delayed to November. And that's what people were complaining about, and then they had like an extensive coverage of what was taking so long, what it is that their tech was, and I remember back in the day when you could see games actually make a huge jump. Like, if you look at Halo 1 and Halo 2.
It is striking, the difference between Halo and Halo 2. Even just on the original Xbox, it was impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like night and day, because back then people took time to figure out what those systems can do. Like, if you look at Grand Theft Auto 3, and then you looked at something like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, even though it was just a year apart, it was dramatically, visually, like, better.
Oh, yeah.
But then you got to San Andreas, and you're thinking, well, while San Andreas is not visually as good looking as Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
it was more fun.
It had a lot bigger, more defined in terms of its mechanic. You could do literally anything in that game. Anything. It was a state. It wasn't just one chunk of a map. And like Metal Gear Solid 2, and then you saw Metal Gear Solid 3. Dramatically different. Final Fantasy looked dramatically different. You could tell technology got better with each sequel. But now if you show me something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and then Assassin's Creed Origins, I can't tell you the fucking difference other than the time period. Graphically, they look the same.
Yeah.
Despite people complaining about the Order 1886 not being good or nothing but a fancy tech demo, you gotta admit, that is one of the very few games that proved to me that we haven't done anything in this generation. All we made is broken PS3 games. Yeah, our games look pretty, but you're giving me nothing to do in them. But you give me something like The Witcher 3, or Cyberpunk, or Grand Theft Auto 5, or Red Dead Redemption. I would argue that Red Dead Redemption 2, like, really pushed, to my knowledge, what a game system can do.
Oh, for sure. Did you ever see the video that one guy who got like early access on it just before it came out, and the first thing he did was draw a dick in the snow?
Yeah,
but it actually looked like somebody went in the real world and walked out the pattern of a dick in snow.
Yeah, you told me about that. The funny thing is, everybody did that. But yeah, it looks so good, especially the way that the moonlight. You can tell, like, and the thing is, I don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro. I just have a normal ass PlayStation 4, and it looks great. It's amazing.
Oh, nice! You killed the zealot before he escaped, so I got the achievement.
Oh.
And one of the things that I find utterly hilarious about the Master Chief Collection is that there's all these achievements that are references to lines of dialogue from the various Halo games, but they don't match up to whichever ones you're playing. Like, that achievement was a reference to Halo 2.
I do remember that one. think it was Sergeant Johnson that said it?
No, it was one of the prophets talking to the guy who would become the Arbiter during his trial.
What was the name of that achievement?
Your something. Yeah.
Yeah, your heresy will stay on your feet.
Your heresy will stay at your feet. They were basically saying he wasn't going to be able to come with them to Super Heaven when they lit up the Halo array because he failed to protect that Halo ring.
Yeah, because he was the heretic, and then he became the Arbiter.
Well, he wasn't really. He just failed at stopping you.
Oh no, yeah, but they branded him as a heretic.
Yeah.
And he became the Arbiter. Like, what would you have your...
Yeah, have you ever watched Halo Legends?
Wasn't that the series of short films?
Yeah.
Like Matrix?
Let's see, there were several of them that were anime, and then there was one that was CG.
Update 6. Scan show another
well, I guess that one was also kind of anime. It was definitely an anime style, but it was a CG animation rather than a more traditional animation. But there's one of them where what was it? Oh, it was one of the CG ones, and it was basically showing how the position of Arbiter got changed into some sort of redemption for being a complete fuck up instead of being instead of being like the position of honor that it properly was in the culture of the elites. And it's also interesting because apparently the culture of the elites draws super heavily from feudal Japan. Because like you see this other elite who's supposed to be like replace the Arbiter as the leader of the elites, and he looks like a fucking samurai. But he's got this ridiculous looking sword that he holds it two-handed, but it's got handles like the energy sword from Halo.
I need to see this because this one, like I've heard of it, but I never actually watched it.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh, it's like the Animatrix. It's not like an actual Halo movie.
It's basically a bunch of short stories to fill out the world, and some of them you have to take with a grain of salt because there's one that's way more anime than the other ones that tells the tale of Spartan 1337.
I'm trying to think. Was that the female one?
No, it's not actually a real canon Spartan. 1337 is the word leet in leet speak.
Oh no, because I'm thinking of the one from DO86, because that was actually canon in the Halo canon.
No, yeah, this dude was like... He wasn't voiced by Nolan North, but he was definitely the type of character that Nolan North would have voiced.
I know one of them was voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr.
There's another one where this group of OEST troops had to back up another sniper, and then they find out just before they get deployed that this other sniper is a Spartan. It actually had a really cool moment where the Spartan plugged their fucking sniper rifle scope into their helmet just before they took the shot.
Nice.
Because that's something like it has to be super difficult to just use a rifle scope like that, like normal in power.
You would have to make like a Virtual Boy Oculus Rift. I'm trying to climb this big ass rock. I'm just going around this big ass rock.
Fuck.
Oh, good. Good thing I'm walking around this big ass rock. What gotcha?
No, actually, it was another Wraith on the far side. Hang on, let me see if I can't deal with the Wraith right quick. I just picked up the plasma launcher.
I'm gonna...
I can't believe that did not kill it.
Alright, I think I got it.
There it goes.
Not blowing up. Okay.
God damn it. That time the hunter got me. Frick.
Alright, shit. Okay, good, you're alive. I died trying to grab the Wraith, but apparently the turret is still operational, even though you shoot it down with a plasma pistol. Install it.
Oh hey, they sent us back up finally.
Finally, after we don't fucking need it. Well, maybe we do, just a little. Just a little bit special.
Fuck.
Just a little bit. I'm that soldier, he eat dirt. I like math, it's spelling, please. And I'm talking to a tree. I know Stephen Lynch still sings, I think, every now and again. I don't think he came out with a new album.
Only needs up-close recon on those spires. We're gonna fly you the rest of the way.
George has a Falcon inbound your position, Lieutenant. Highlighting the LZ now.
Alright, one of these guys has to have something that I can trade with them.
Yeah, I like doing that in the Halo
There we
2.
go.
Where you're swapping out weapons with them.
Yeah?
And they're like, alright, Chief, you got it. Oh, what's wrong with this one?
Oh, what's wrong with it? I only have the bullets in the magazine for it. That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah, like, but that's what they would say. They're like, what's wrong with this one? Oh, hey, Chief. Okay.
Spotted some nasty business in the canyon on the way down.
I'll call out targets as we go.
Oh, God. My fucking ass. This chair is not comfortable.
It's just so random.
It's like, I can't actually feel my ass cheeks right now. I can feel my fucking tailbone.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, hang on. I keep forgetting there's shit in front of us.
Oh, shit.
Wraith.
Oh, got shot out of the helicopter. Damn, I'm just watching my body right down.
There's the spire.
Area not safe. No shit.
Oh, did you die?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And I got to watch my body just fall into the ocean.
Affirmative, sir. Here we go.
We just lost all power. We're going down.
Look your armor, Spartan!
Brace for a hard landing.
Well, I'm fine. I got power up. The jetpack.
Crew's dead. We shouldn't stay here.
Yes.
I'm showing hostiles all over the place.
We're gonna turn Halo,
Gotta move.
reach into tribe.
Copy. We have your visual. Dot's working the problem. Stand by.
Yeah, that's what I remember. A lot of people were comparing Halo Reach to Tribe as soon as you had the freaking jetpack.
Right.
But that was like only the PC community of like the 5 tribes people left playing that damn game. Oh, the stupid jetpack wars.
Lay into them.
What mission? Like, how many missions are we in?
Let's see. I believe, not counting the like opening cutscene. Let's see. Contingency on the sword base, the night mission. So we're like 4 levels in at this point.
Okay.
And I want to say that there's 11 levels in this game.
I think 12.
I'm not 100% sure exactly how many there are.
Noble 5 only believes those spires to be teleportation terminals.
Teleporters? Link to what?
Frigate Grafton is on station ready to kill that spire. But first, we need to power down its shields.
Understood. 6. I'll hold these bastards off. You find a way to the top of the spire.
Did you ever play Resident Evil 4?
No.
It's amazing. A lot of people I have met have not played that game, but I'm like, that game is why you have third-person games the way they are now.
We'll pick you up as soon as you knock out power to that shield.
Ready when you are, 6.
It's good.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate
Damn
inbound to
good.
blow that
Still
spire
holds
as
up.
soon as the shield is powered down.
Oh fuck. I'm dead. I was at the top of the fuck. Oh shit. Yeah, I was at the top of that spire.
But I should do a pre-recorded let's play of it. Because I can go through that game like nobody's business. And not only that, I'll be going through it with a bunch of couples. And I can get like any stupid weapon, beef it up. I think I told you that, but the chickens ended up making coop underneath my house.
What?
Yeah, so we got like tiny little chickens and roosters.
Okay.
And we used to have a lot more chicken coop right out there in the, out there. So we wouldn't have to hear them, but the problem is, the animals out here got to them. They freaked out, and before the house actually got the skirt around it, because it's suspended with cinder blocks. So the house is actually above ground, so we wouldn't have any flooding issues.
Makes sense in Florida.
And my dad, he actually cut open the skirt to make a door so he can, get under there and the chickens ended up coming over and making it their coop because they learned that animals wouldn't come in that room. So I have chickens literally underneath my house, and where they nap is right underneath my floor.
Oh, that's gotta be aggravating.
So like around 5 o'clock, you hear one of them crowing, and one of them is doing it now. I mean, it used to be annoying, but you actually get used to it. You can actually sleep through it.
Here I come.
Okay.
That one's injured and is suffering.
Fuck. I feel like they're smarter in Halo Reach than they were in Combat Evolve.
They very well could be.
Because their aim, their accuracy is damn good. Lag.
Yeah, I had it too. That was annoying.
At least it was only for a second.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Okay, good. Back up.
I love how much faster the respawn times are in this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, this was Bungie's last game, and I think they learned a lot.
Alright, let's,
After doing Halo for almost a fucking decade, they better know how to make it better.
Noble leader. 6 is on his way out.
Get in there. Take out that shield, Lieutenant. Spartans, I'm en route with a Falcon. We'll pick you up as soon as you knock out power to that shield.
Ready when you are, 6.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate inbound to blow that spire as soon as the shield
Fuck,
is
I'm
powered
dead.
down. Noble 6, we need to kill that shield and clear the area. Now.
Try to not die, please.
I'm trying not to. I'm actually playing hide and seek behind this column.
I can see that. He's towards the right. He has an energy sword out.
I see him right through it.
See if you can't go back down the gravity lift.
I tried.
Oh fuck.
They
Both sides?
go up. Yeah, both sides
Well, that's
go up.
dumb.
Well, so was he.
There,
Oh,
energy
shit.
sword, pick it up.
Alright, get away from that shield.
Go for the Elliot. Fuck.
Oh. Okay. Oh. That's not so bad.
I'm gonna stay down here, so you have a spawn point. You have fun.
I will. Here I go. I got this.
6 is on his way out.
Get in there. Take out that shield, Lieutenant. Spartans, I'm en route with a Falcon. We'll pick you up as soon as you knock out power to that shield.
Ready when you are, 6.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate inbound to blow that spire as soon as the
fuck.
shield is powered down.
He just
Noble
swiped my
6,
throat.
We need to kill that shield and clear the area. Now.
They I was sneaking up behind him. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna hit him in the back. He's like, you hit my back. Slashed my throat.
Is it not letting you respawn?
Oh no, I'm back alive.
Oh, okay.
It's just he comes rushing at me like. Ugh.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I don't know. It's personal. I'm gonna teabag the motherfucker. Okay. This. I'm gonna take this. Yeah. Fucking hell. I'm gonna see if I can go around it. Better yet. What's this? What gun is this? Oh, what the fuck? He hid behind the corner. He's catching on. Where's that grappler? Go back right there. I'm really gonna kick his ass now. This is becoming personal.
I wish they could see what you were doing, because I'm just kind of hanging out, not really doing anything.
Okay, the grunts are shooting me. But, oh, he came right up behind me. Son of a bitch.
Okay. If you die again, let me go up there instead of you.
No, my balls will rest upon his face. Oh, motherfucker!
Jesus.
He came running at me. He took a full clip to the head. Full clip. Where is it?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You see what I'm talking about?
Bastard got me with a sword.
That's the guy. What the hell? Oh, shit. Somebody came up from my... Somebody
We need better weapons before we go... Oh, fuck. No, we're good, we're good.
Oh, fuck.
As soon as the shield is powered down. Noble 6, we need to kill that shield and clear the area. Now.
Are you up there too?
Nope. I am working my way back, trying to find better weapons. And maybe a health pack. Because I am deep in the red.
Oh, fuck. Damn, dude with a sword. What the hell?
You spawned in front of me while I was shooting at this banshee.
I'm going to need better weapons. Not needle, that'll do. I'm going to needle the fuck out of this man. I'm gonna give him acupuncture therapy. Oh, he's waiting for me too. He dodged them. That motherfucker dodged them all. Yes, I got him. Teabagging his face.
What about the other ones?
Well, let me work on the other ones. Okay, one has a grenade launcher. He's trying to hang back. Got him. Okay, this one doesn't seem as bright.
don't worry. I just backtracked here so I could take that other health pack. Give you a couple more hits.
Oh, we're good. The big problem is done.
You got the sword one, Dad?
Yes. Hopefully they don't pick up the sword.
I don't think that the enemy AI can pick up weapons in campaign.
I don't think they thought to try. Okay, yeah, the sword's still. Oh, he stuck me. Clear in the chest, he stuck me. Put the balls in everyone's face. Yes. Okay, plasma launcher's not working. That's just I'm using the Zep Brannigan strategy. Send wave of men.
Right, except it's the least efficient wave because it's just one guy.
I am an army of one. This is why there's only one Spartan. This is why we lost Reach. This was the best they could do.
Alright, so what all have you killed up there and what's still left?
Just this one elite with a plasma launcher.
Oh, one of those dicks.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Because every time I drop his shield, he kills me.
Hey, we got a checkpoint up here. Awesome.
Good.
Lieutenant, drop the shield and get out of there.
Fucking got him. You did. You did. You can push the button. I'm too busy doing that. They all tasted my balls.
Get us out of here. Control, this is Noble 1. Spire 1 is green and you're free to engage. Have a nice day.
Copy that, Noble 1. Be advised, all ground units. Frigate 318 Heavy is inbound, and MAC rounds have been authorized.
MAC rounds? In atmosphere?
One way to get their attention. Hang on to your teeth, people.
New contact. 500.
Now, Somebody tell me this ain't happening.
UNSC frigate Grafton. Do you copy?
Grafton is dust. We need to get out of here now.
Jesus Christ, I don't remember the size difference between human and Covenant ships being that fucking massive.
Damn, I don't remember that thing being that big.
That's like the size difference between the Death Star and Princess Leia ship in fucking New Hope. Oh my god.
Oh, that was chapter 5.
Right. Well, remember, chapter 1 doesn't count because it's a cutscene.
Yes. I count chapter 1.
Yes, the chapter that literally everybody completes on Legendary because it's just a cutscene you can't possibly lose.
If you do, though. Did you ever see that Halo Reach video where somebody modded it on made everything pizza time?
God.
I shit you not. Everything in the game was a pizza. The map, the sound effect, everything was pizza time.
Our foe is more devious than...
Look, I gotta call it a night. I've been up since fucking yesterday at 8:30.
Jesus. Yeah, that's fine. I think we put on quite the show. We more than made up for lost time.
Bit of a hike to the moon.
Yeah.
So.
And that, and then gonna see. Gotta get to YouTube. Alright, if anybody's still watching for some reason, good night.
Good night. Thank you for the Halo marathon. Good memories. But before you go, I will send you that pizza time. Pizza time.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, fuck. What was that thing I was telling you about that I was gonna look up, but then